welcome back to my channel. Typically, I have a very polished intro, but today is Friday. It has been a hectic week. If you have followed along here for any length of time, I've essentially been sick for the past 3 weeks since the year started. So, fell behind in posting stuff, and I thought Friday is, or it used to always be, pizza night for us. And so what I love is Courtney Luna has shared in her book, her cookbook, right here, the Carnivore in the Kitchen, a beautiful carniza recipe. And I don't feel bad sharing this because she shared it on all of her socials. So I, of course, changed it up and jazz it up a little bit, but now we are able to have pizza again on Friday nights, all because of Courtney Luna. So that in of itself makes my husband love you immensely. Okay, so I actually filmed an Instagram reel when I made my husband's pizza crust. So I'll probably have to actually go over there and check that in just a minute. But I thought it would be nice just in live time for you to see how quickly this comes together. It is super easy, it is delicious, and it is consistently good. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1.5 cups of mozzarella. And y'all, it is, you know, with baking, it's always an exact science, but like I use that loosely because there's my 1 cup. Let's go back in with 1/2 cup. You want to keep it pretty proportional. If you go too much over on any one thing, you kind of want to even it out on the other. Okay, and then we're going to go in with 3/4 cup of pork panko. Porking Good is a great brand as well. They actually have some seasoned ones that have like Italian seasonings in it and stuff if you want to use that. I just get this because it's at my local HEB and super easy to source. This is my favorite measuring set from KitchenAid. You can tell it's like totally worn off, but you're gonna want 3/4 cup. So I essentially just eyeball this. So I'm not gonna lie, I eyeball it, and hubby's doing all the camera action here. So that's what I'm gonna consider 3/4 cup, and it's actually gonna turn out really good. So that's that. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is go in with 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. So she says 1 ounce, 2 tablespoons. She uses just normal block cream cheese. I don't ever use block cream cheese. I don't like it to soften. I hate dealing with it. And as my husband says, this is ridiculously overpriced and expensive. He's like nodding his head behind the camera, but it's super easy and it incorporates really quickly, especially into recipes like this. So this one, like you can see that that's not even like a full tablespoon left. So we're gonna go into this newer one. And this is literally what I do. So I realize this is over a tablespoon. I don't care. It's cream cheese. It's delicious. And it doesn't mess up the portions. So again, KitchenAid, little tablespoon. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna use my spatula to get all of this off and into the mixing bowl. Now, if I was not doing a fancy video, I would definitely have just a paper towel over here that I set this stuff on, but I tried to get fancy for y'all and put a plate over here. So we are good with our whipped cream. And then the next thing she's gonna say is that whipped you need, not whipped cream, cream cheese. Cream cheese, very big distinction there. You're gonna go in with 1 egg. If you cannot crack eggs to where you don't get shell and stuff, then obviously crack it into a bowl and pour it in. We're just gonna go whole hog here. She says you need to beat this egg before you put it in. I literally always crack it in on the side over here and then I just beat it off to the side here. And that's what I do. And it works for me. Okay, now the next thing you're gonna wanna do is if you're a very strict carnivore, then don't put in seasoning. Y'all, I've lost over 95 pounds and this doesn't make me gain weight. So I feel like it's fine. And then I feel like and I tolerate seasonings well. So I'm gonna go in here with some salt. I only use Redmond's real salt now. And that is probably, what do you think, a teaspoon or so, babe? I think that's about a teaspoon. A little bit more, I don't know. I think it's about a teaspoon. And then I love Italian seasoning. And I kind of go in a little heavy-handed with that. And then good old Costco Kirkland's garlic powder. I buy it in the big vat because y'all, I love garlic, and trust me, you're probably gonna be like, if you were using the same amounts, you'd be like, that's too much garlic, but it's great for me, so I love it. So, and then that's it. That's all you're gonna do, and you're gonna just mix this in. So while we're mixing this, I'll say for the last couple weeks, I've had like bronchitis, respiratory infection. So does carnivore keep you from getting sick? Absolutely not. You can still get sick, obviously. We live in a world where there's a lot of germs. But I will tell you, I do feel like my downtime is a little bit less. I haven't really been this sick since I started Carnivore back in 2022, August of 22. So it's been a little humbling, and I've been working out throughout it. I will say I had to take about a week off of working out pretty much when I stopped posting videos. I thought that I was dying, y'all, but I'm here and I'm surviving. So I'm on like my third round of antibiotics and doing a lot of inhaler stuff, but it's been, you know, we're on the road to recovery, which is what matters. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is, you can see like the cream cheese, because it's whipped, it's already soft, so it incorporates so much quicker, so much easier. And all I really wanna do is kind of get it all somewhat incorporated into a paste. You'll get a good arm workout on this, but you can see it's coming together really quickly. Okay, now you're gonna put it in the microwave. This is very important. When you put it into the microwave, you're gonna put it in 20 to 35 second increments, okay? And why this is important is, you don't want to fully cook your egg that you just put in there, right? You actually want everything to kind of come together. So I'm going to go, you can follow me, I'm going to go and put this into the microwave. We are going to literally just set it in here. I'm going to put 30 seconds on, and we're just going to let it go. Let's go ahead and check hubby's crust. Ooh, it is dark. Is that good? Can I take it out?
I think we can take it out.
He always likes it super dark. That's probably way too dark. But look, this is what we're going to do. We are going to, actually, okay, so I'm going to take another piece of parchment. Oh, it's actually not that bad. I think he at first was looking at it like, what have you done to my pizza? And I'm going to, I have acrylic nails, so it's a lot easier to do this without burning yourself. But I just flipped it over like that, obviously. And that actually is pretty great for you to just put stuff on. So that's pretty perfect for hubby. He likes his stuff pretty much almost burned. So what we're gonna do...
Burned, crispy.
Oh, it's crispy.
Crispy undercarriage.
Oh, it is a crispy undercarriage. There we go. So normally I would have flipped it when it was a little bit less than this, but this is actually pretty good. And you can tell it's still pliable, but it's got a good crisp to it. So what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna put a little bit of Rayo's. Rayo's is super low carb compared to anything else. It doesn't have like added sugar and stuff. So I'm just gonna shake a little bit out on there. And if you look at the back, literally a half a cup, that is definitely not a half a cup, that's less than a half a cup, is 100 calories, and it is 6 minus 1 dietary fiber, so it is 5 net carbs. And especially for hubby's weight loss goals and his maintenance mode, that's perfect. I have one of these little fancy brushes that I like to just go around. You could absolutely just use a spoon. It does not have to be this fancy, y'all. But what we're gonna do is, we are going to spread that out. And then he's gonna be able to put his toppings on here in just a second. But I just heard the microwave go off. So in the meantime, we are going to get our lives together. We're gonna get our lives together here, babe. And I'm gonna grab it out of the microwave. And we're gonna go real quick here. And we're gonna incorporate. You can see it's a little softer, a little bit more malleable. Things are starting to incorporate a little bit more than they were when we were first doing it. You can do this with your hands. I just don't like that. I mean, I could put on gloves and do it, but I'll be honest, I did it with my hands the first time, and I really find that this spatula is kind of like a little semi-rigid, and it works great to really incorporate it in. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it in on itself like that. We're gonna put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. You do this for a total of like a minute and a half, so 90 seconds total. So here's hubby's pizza. While we're doing that one, I did. I'm gonna get some Parmesan, and I'm gonna put that down for him, because it always is like good to have like a little bit of Parmesan on top of your sauce. And then he's gonna want more cheese. Okay, probably not that much cheese. That was aggressive. I don't know, can you have too much cheese, babe? I don't know. Oh, and when you spread it out, it actually wasn't that much. There we go. Do you want more?
I think it's good.
Are you sure? Okay. And then he's gonna want pepperoni as well, and we'll put that on after we do our second churn and burn through here. And you can really see how malleable it is now, right? Like you can see it's starting to, the mozzarella is starting to break down. I will tell you, you wanna make a really good crust as well, or make it into breadsticks. Get you, instead of doing the mozzarella here, I get the quesadilla cheese from H-E-B, or any kind of, I mean, it doesn't have to be H-E-B, but if you can get a quesadilla cheese blend, oof, and use that in place of the mozzarella, that makes for a dang good breadstick. Okay, so we're going to fold this in one last time. We're gonna put it back in to the microwave for 30 more seconds, and then it will be ready to spread out on our sheet, and you'll be super impressed with how easy that is. Okay, so hubby likes a lot of pepperoni, but here is where I feel like you can really be creative. If you tolerate mushrooms, put mushrooms on it. If you tolerate onions and garlic, you know, you can do that. Really, the sky's the limit. My kids love this crust. So do they need to be carnivore? No, they don't, but they love it. And my daughter tends to have like a, you know, gluten sensitivity. So it ends up being really great for her. But they actually really enjoy it. And when I make it into breadsticks, which is the same process as what we're doing right now, it's just, I use quesadilla cheese and I do it out into a rectangle and slice it up. Is that a good amount for pepperoni? Okay. Hubby was like, yes, it is. I have my oven on 375 convection, which equates to about 400 normal. And this is really only gonna go in here for probably 5 minutes. So we are going to, in our minds, set a timer for that. Okay, now to show you how simple this is, I already prepped my pan with parchment. Okay, and I'm gonna show you two methods, okay? So what you can do here is, I'm gonna mix it up one more time. And she says in her cookbook, and I agree with her, as you mix it up this final time and it starts to cool, it will get harder. Like it will just start to get thicker and tougher, and that's what you want because you're gonna be spreading it out and you don't want it to just like ooze out. So I love to incorporate it one last time. And that to me, y'all, looks like pretty good. Okay, so you can at this point, you know, wear gloves, mash it out, get it spread out like pizza dough. I'm gonna show you that what I do, we'll just put that over here, is I use the same spatula. And I just kind of start doing from the inside out and going around here. And again, you're seeing this all in real time. I mean, it is a very fast process. It is much faster than if you were doing its bread counterpart, right? Traditional pizza dough. And I'm gonna tell you that I think it's so much better. I don't miss pizza now. And I know that my husband would say that's sacrilege because he loves himself some pizza. But do you like this pizza just as much? I mean, probably not just as much, but it makes you not miss pizza, right?
It's one of the better alternatives that we've ever tried. So.
Yeah. So we used to do, I mean, like if you're carnivore, you can do just literally put some mozzarella cheese down, put some seasonings on it, and then cook it until it gets to be, the mozzarella gets to be a crust in and of itself. This, of course, when you mix in the egg and you mix in the pork panko, gives a bread-like consistency. Y'all, my first week when I was sick, I can tell you that I made, as sick as a dog as I was, I couldn't have like saltines like you normally would when you were sick, right? Like growing up, the thought of anything made me sick. The only thing that kept me from being super nauseated was I would have this made into breadsticks, or I made myself one of these, and even sick, it was super easy for me to knock this out real quick. Okay, so to me, I think this looks pretty great. It looks pretty even. If you were real worried about having like doughier spots, which I'm not because I really enjoy like a chewier pizza, you could put a little bit of water on your hands and pat it out and it wouldn't stick. But all you're gonna do as your final step is you're just gonna go through and you're gonna hit this with a fork. and this will just keep it from puffing up. And then it's going straight into the oven. And we're gonna check Hubby's because I bet Hubby's is ready to pull out, and then I can put mine in. Maybe a little bit more. And so we're gonna put mine down at the bottom, and we're gonna let it bake. Okay, so it's been just long enough for me to do the dishes, and I'm going to, I love parchment paper. I'm literally just gonna put it out on here so that it cools pretty quickly. Set this over here. But that ended up looking beautiful. That is way too done for me, just so we're all clear. I don't like it that crispy, but hubby likes it that crispy. Maybe a little less crispy, but it is what it is. And then you're gonna need your pizza cutter, so hopefully you didn't purge that when you went carnivore. And we're gonna let it cool for just a second. You can slice it up as you would normally, put it on a plate and eat it. It'll be fantastic. And then mine, let's check on mine and see how it looks. Okay, it still has a long way to go. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move it to the top rack now that his is out. And we're gonna let that go for a little bit longer. Okay, so hubby's pizza has been out of the oven here for what, maybe like 2 minutes or so? And we can just go right across here. And you can see it, pulls apart really well. Like it holds up really good. And it is such a good flavor, and depending upon the different seasonings you put in, you get different flavor profiles. So like I said, you can use quesadilla cheese. You could put some taco meat on top of it and have a more fiesta themed pizza. You could even put, which hubby would probably like, an egg on top, like an easy egg. And yeah. Now he will probably, you think you'll finish this whole pizza? Yeah, he said he'll finish this whole pizza, okay? Mine, I usually have about half of it, and then I love to eat it cold pizza in the morning. It's delicious as well. So we'll check back in when mine's out. Okay, so I like mine done well under compared to hubby's. So we're gonna take this out, and you can see it's just now getting brown on top, a little darker around the edges. And it's super easy. I'm gonna slide my hand under it and just flip it like so. And then we'll put it straight back on, and I'll tuck it under like that. And it's a little doughy, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick it back in without putting the toppings on, so that it can crisp up just a little bit more. So let's take out mine. That looks pretty good because I don't like mine super done. I'm gonna go in again with the Rayos. And I probably, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this because we've had it in the fridge for a little bit. Okay, so when I took out hubby's, I used the little spreader, but this one I'm gonna show you how you can do with the back of a spoon. I'm gonna put mine in for the last few minutes and it should be good to go. Okay, so for this one, I thought I would try this just to see if I put it on broil, what it ended up doing and if it would be a lot quicker. And it was a lot quicker. I don't know that it really got super done, but throw it out like that. And then we'll let it cool down. Okay, so this is mine, just came out. Hubby's almost finished with his, as promised. And that's how easy it was, y'all. I mean, like start to finish, like 20 minutes or so. So I would highly encourage you to try this recipe. Let me know if you like it. I'll try to tag Courtney on here too. She's got a great YouTube channel where she has a lot of resources that you can use as well. But this has definitely brought pizza nights back on Friday, and so I'm super excited about it. We can also do some variations in the weeks to come with the breadsticks like I talked about, and some different flavor profiles that we'll do on this. But anyways, let me know if you like this type of format, and we can hopefully recreate some other recipes with y'all soon. Thanks, y'all.
Right here.
Right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
where I was already recording. Do you want me to stop now?
No, it's fine. Is it good?
It's good.
Sensitivity, you know that. Okay, you ready?
I was already recording.
You were already recording that I wasn't sensitive. There you go. Okay.